One thing that a lot of people nowadays kind of overinterpret and take too seriously into account is the fact that they own their children. See, some of the wisest quotes in the world would say that you don't own anyone anything, and you don't, and nobody owes you anything, right? Nobody owes you favors. You don't owe anyone a favor. Similarly, you don't own anyone. You're probably playing a stupid game, and if people are easily intimidated, they're gonna play the game along. But ultimately, the children that you give birth as parents, you are just vessels allowing a piece of life to experience life through a physical body that the woman will create in this world. And it will be a possibility for them to experience life. And, well, a child born, they will grow, become an adult, and they will fade away just like all of us. Your child or your children. See, English as a language and many languages in this world have this obsession to place everything as your or mine or someone because, obsession for attention will always have multiple tendencies, and one of them is obsession for belonging, but also for owning things, for having as many things as possible that can distract you from the idea of being alone. Owning your children is not something that you should do because you're subconsciously teaching your children that they're not worthy more than objects. So you're not doing anything than programming them to behave towards you in the same way. Don't forget that children learn very fast, and when children are born, they have a very active part, which is called the mirror neurons. They are, yes, under development till a certain age, but at a very young age, children will easily replicate the behavior of adults. Your child or your children do not belong to you. They belong to the society they are born in. This is something that all the parents should realize because they will be part of your society. They will be part of your family for as long as you live, as long as they live. They will be going to a kindergarten and such after a certain age. So within your family, they won't be spending too much time because obviously this sick society has been built on the premise that you must not take care of your child. Back in the times, the child would be birthed at home and people would take care of the child at home. Now you're taking them to a hospital or you call it a maternity. But there they will be surrounded by evil energies, abandonment issues start from that age because there they are fully alone. Their protective mother's energy is not around. And the only thing they will hear is other crying babies because all of them are defenseless in a way. And that defenselessness causes the feebleness within the children nowadays. That's why so many people are breaking so easily. That's why so many people are so feeble and weak psychologically because they've never been taught that someone actually cares about them. That's why also a lot of people lack empathy. This is a very important thing to notice because, well, without this, without a change in society on this part, well, we live in a sick society where people have forgotten what empathy is. People simply live like individuals, like robots, like beings that are separated within the system. Don't forget that no system exists without its pieces and the links in between the pieces. Because even with a machine, even with your PC, if you have all the pieces, you need to connect them together in order for your PC to function. Every unity means the elements that exist as well as the connections in between. Don't forget that life is interconnected. You ignore people, some people suffer, you're also gonna suffer. It's gonna be part of your depression. Probably you're not gonna be conscious to realize its potential, right? Or its roots, right? Those roots can go very deep. But remember that your child is very inquisitive. Your child, your parenting, what parenting, how I define parenting is technically the counter towards all the possibilities in society. Because once your child, your children, will start setting foot outside in society, they will see things that you're going to be stupid enough to think the child wouldn't understand. So if your child leaves your house and starts venturing into a world they're not prepared for, well, don't be surprised if you're going to lose them to all sorts of these sick agendas that are nowadays. They're coming for your children. They've been coming for your children ever since the pandemic. And you've been simply ignoring. Most of parents have been ignoring their children's needs because they have been ignored their own needs in their lifetime. So they think this is the only normal, right? Though they are adults, their brains are still lost in the childhood because psychologically they couldn't go past the trauma of being abandoned and their needs not being listened to. Not too many people are capable of the such. But one has to understand these are very important and quite critical things that should be taken into account when it comes to future parenting. Nowadays, all the idiots are telling you that you shouldn't be punishing your children. Well, there always has to be a certain well, there always has to be a certain balance. I come from a narcissistic background, more or less, and a lot of abuse and especially abandonment issues. But what I am today is also part to that, right? It's part of that. So, these being said, take care, enjoy life, and remember that your children belong to society. And they are also the best ID card that you can have. A piece of plastic with or without a chip and a picture of yours on it is not going to be worth much. A sane society would look at the children of a family, and within those children, you see the entire picture of the family. If you're sensitive enough, you can sense way more than just that. These being said, take care, enjoy life, and well, hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. You're appreciated. Take care. Ferinjan Board signing out.